At first glance, bamboo looks simple. Long, rough, dusty stalks stacked in huge piles like they have just been pulled out of a wild forest. But inside this modern factory in the United States, these raw bamboo stalks are not treated like ordinary farm material. They are treated like the beginning of a high-speed industrial transformation. The process starts when giant trucks roll into the raw material yard, carrying massive loads of mature bamboo. The stalks are long, thick, uneven, and still covered with dust from transportation. When they are unloaded, the entire yard looks like a green and gold mountain has been dropped in front of the factory. But this bamboo is not here to become fences, furniture, or handmade baskets. It is here to become something much smaller, smoother, and more refined: premium bamboo cups. And that is what makes this process so interesting. Bamboo is usually connected with nature, tradition, and slow craftsmanship. But once it enters this factory, everything changes. The material is pulled into a world of conveyors, rollers, cutting systems, high-pressure water jets, grinders, CNC machines, robotic arms, laser scanners, and automated packaging lines. Nature is about to meet precision. Once the bamboo is transferred onto the conveyor system, the entire rhythm changes. There is no random lifting, no chaotic movement, no workers dragging heavy stalks in every direction. The bamboo is lined up and fed forward in an organized flow. It almost feels like each stalk has arrived for its first day at work. No more relaxing outside in the yard. Once it enters the conveyor, it belongs to the production line. And this is where modern factory footage becomes so satisfying to watch. It is not just about large machines. It is about rhythm. Every roller, every belt, every transfer point moves with a purpose. The whole factory seems to breathe in one continuous mechanical pulse. At this stage, the bamboo still looks natural. It is still long, stiff, dusty, and raw. But that will not last for long, because before this material can be cut, shredded, ground, shaped, and turned into a finished cup, the factory makes one rule very clear. If bamboo wants to enter this process, it has to show up clean. And that begins with one of the most visually satisfying stages of the entire line: the high-pressure wash. The bamboo moves straight into the washing system. Powerful jets of water blast across the stalks from different angles. The bamboo rolls forward under the spray, rotating as the nozzles attack every side. Dust, dirt, loose debris, and surface residue are stripped away almost instantly. It looks like an automatic car wash, except the customers are giant bamboo stalks, and the machine is taking its job very seriously. This step is not just for visual cleanliness. It is essential for the entire manufacturing process. If dirt or residue stays on the bamboo, it can interfere with cutting, grinding, refining, and even the safety of the final material. A clean final cup begins with a clean raw input. That is the quiet logic behind this dramatic stage. The transformation is easy to see. A moment ago, the bamboo looked rough and dusty, like raw yard material. Now the surface becomes cleaner, brighter, and more uniform. It is the first visible sign that the factory has taken control. But the wash is only the beginning. Once cleaned, the long bamboo stalks are sent into cutting systems. Large stalks go in. Shorter sections come out. The blades work with sharp, direct efficiency, reducing the bamboo into manageable lengths. There is no hesitation, no wasted motion, no slow manual trimming, just machine rhythm. Then comes the stage where the bamboo begins to lose its original identity: shredding. The cut sections are fed into mechanical shredders that break them down into smaller fragments. The elegant shape of the bamboo stalk disappears. The long, natural pole is no longer treated as a recognizable plant. It is becoming raw industrial material. This is a strangely satisfying moment because the viewer can clearly feel the progress. Something large, rigid, and unpredictable is being pushed step by step into a form the factory can control. And that is the key word here: control. A natural stalk is irregular. It has nodes, curves, different surface textures, and different internal densities. But a factory needs consistency. It needs material that can move through machines predictably. So by the end of this section, the bamboo is no longer wild. It has been cleaned, cut, shredded, and standardized. But the biggest transformation has not happened yet, because next, the factory takes these fragments and pushes them into the stage where bamboo stops looking like bamboo completely. Grinding. After washing, cutting, and shredding, the bamboo enters one of the most important stages of the entire process: the grinding system. At this point, small bamboo fragments are fed into industrial grinders at a controlled rate. These machines are not simply crushing material randomly. Their job is to create a consistent, refined bamboo base that can be used in later manufacturing stages. The factory does not want a messy mix of chunks, splinters, strips, and powder. It wants uniformity. That is what makes this stage so important. Mass production depends on materials that behave the same way again and again. If the bamboo base is inconsistent, every later step becomes harder. Forming, shaping, coating, and quality control. So the grinders turn rough bamboo fragments into fine fibers, soft particles, and powder-like material. And visually, the transformation is dramatic. If someone started watching the video at this point, they might not believe that this fine material came from giant bamboo stalks just a few minutes earlier. The original form is gone. The bamboo has officially left behind its identity as a plant. Now it is becoming an engineered base material. But even after grinding, the material is not ready. Next comes refinement. The bamboo powder moves through filtration, treatment, and stabilization stages. Some systems help remove remaining impurities. Others use heat treatment to improve hygiene and consistency. Additional conditioning may help prepare the bamboo base for molding, shaping, or further processing. This part may not look as violent as the cutting or shredding stage, but it is one of the most important parts of the entire factory. Because a bamboo cup cannot succeed just by looking beautiful on the outside. The material inside has to be stable. It has to be clean. It has to be strong enough for real-world use. If we want to describe this stage with a little humor, this is where the factory sends bamboo to finishing school. The wild outdoor personality is gone. The rough edges are corrected. The material is being taught how to behave properly in polite industrial society. But behind that playful image is a serious purpose. These refinement stages help improve durability, safety, and performance. They turn bamboo from a natural raw material into something suitable for modern commercial production. And one of the most satisfying things about this entire sequence is the flow. The material keeps moving, from grinder to filter, from filter to treatment tank, from treatment to the next preparation point. It feels like an industrial river, carrying bamboo from nature into manufacturing. By now, the bamboo is no longer a stalk. It is no longer a section. It is no longer a fragment. It is a refined base material. And this is the moment where the story changes. The raw material journey is almost over. Now, the product itself begins to appear. Once the bamboo material has been refined and stabilized, it enters the most visually exciting part of the factory, the shaping stage. Depending on the production method, the refined bamboo material may be compressed, molded, or formed into solid blanks or engineered bamboo blocks. These blanks are then transferred into the working zone, where the real stars of the factory floor appear. CNC machines, robotic arms, precision tooling. This is where the process stops feeling like raw material processing and starts feeling like industrial sculpture. Each bamboo blank is positioned and secured. Then the machine begins its work. Cutting heads spin. Edges are trimmed. The inner cavity of the cup is carved out. The outer wall is shaped. Curves are refined. The base is cleaned up. The profile becomes smoother with every pass. The machine is not just removing material. It is revealing the cup that was hidden inside the block. That is why this stage is so satisfying. A human artisan might use experience, touch, and hand skill to create a smooth form. Here, the CNC machine does something similar, but with relentless consistency. It does not get tired. It does not lose focus. It does not suddenly make a mistake because it had a long day. It repeats the same precise movement again and again, turning one blank after another into a recognizable cup. The robotic arms add another layer of visual pleasure. They lift, rotate, place, and transfer parts with smooth, controlled motions. They move like members of a mechanical orchestra. Every action has timing. Every movement has purpose. And then, slowly, the product reveals itself. At first, it is just a rough block. Then the inside opens. The walls become even. The curves become clean. The silhouette becomes familiar. Suddenly, you are no longer looking at processed bamboo. You are looking at a cup. But the factory does not stop at cup-shaped. For a premium product, shape is only the foundation. The next stage is personality. Some cups move into carving or laser engraving stations, where decorative patterns, clean geometric lines, brand markings, or artistic motifs are added to the surface. This gives the product its visual identity. If the CNC stage builds the body, engraving gives the cup its character. Then comes the protective coating. A bio-based protective finish is applied to help resist moisture, protect the bamboo surface, and create a cleaner, more polished appearance. This is another satisfying transformation. The cup changes from raw and matte to smooth, finished, and ready for retail. At this point, the journey feels almost complete. The bamboo has gone from dusty stalks, to washed material, to cut sections, to shredded fragments, to fine powder, to refined base material, to shaped cup, to engraved and coated product. But in modern manufacturing, looking finished is not enough. Before any cup earns the right to leave the factory, it must face the final gate. Quality control. After shaping, engraving, and coating, the bamboo cups move into the final stage of the production line. Quality control and packaging. This is the quiet but serious ending of the entire process. Because no matter how beautiful the cup looks, the real question is simple. Does it meet the standard? Each cup passes through an inspection system, often using laser scanning or automated surface analysis. The machine checks shape consistency, surface defects, dimensional accuracy, and overall uniformity. If we want to keep the tone playful, this is the final audition round. Each cup stands before a panel of robotic judges, and these judges are not emotional. They do not care that the cup had a difficult journey. They do not care that it survived water jets, cutting blades, grinding systems, heat treatment, CNC carving, engraving, and coating. There is no close enough. No, it still looks pretty good. No, maybe the customer won't notice. The system checks what it was programmed to check. The result is objective, pass or fail, and that is what makes modern manufacturing work at scale. Every product is measured against the same criteria. The cups that pass are not randomly acceptable. They are consistently acceptable. One cup should look, feel, and perform like the next. When a cup clears inspection, it earns the most beautiful word on the production line, pass. And honestly, at that moment, you almost feel proud of the bamboo. It started as a rough, dusty stalk on a truck. It entered the factory looking completely natural and unrefined. Then it went through blasting water, mechanical cutting, industrial shredding, precision grinding, filtration, heat treatment, CNC shaping, laser engraving, protective coating, and finally strict inspection. Now, it has officially made it through the final gate. After approval, the cups move into automated handling and packaging. Robotic systems pick them up, align them, stack them, or guide them into the correct packaging position. This stage is clean, smooth, and deeply satisfying to watch. No wasted movement, no random shuffling, just finished products moving with crisp industrial rhythm. Next, the cups are wrapped or protected with film to prevent dust, scratches, and damage during storage and transportation. They are grouped, sealed, boxed, and prepared for shipment. And that final image gives the entire process its sense of completion. Finished bamboo cups, neatly packed, moving out toward distribution. From the outside, a bamboo cup may look light, simple, and natural, but behind it is an entire world of planning, automation, material science, mechanical precision, and quality control discipline. Every machine has a role. Every stage adds something essential. Every transformation pushes the material closer to its final identity. So yes, the bamboo cup in your hand may feel simple, but the journey it took to get there? That journey is anything but simple. It is modern manufacturing at full speed, clean, coordinated, efficient, and surprisingly beautiful to watch.